Hello, hey ladies. Today we're going to talk about. I got a question from one of my followers, and they were saying the question was, date down. Is it okay to date down? Date down. Like, what is that, right? Date down. What exactly does that mean, date down? So, I'm going to come to you from my perspective of that, okay? I'm going to give you my biblical beliefs first, and then I am going to teach on what I absolutely believe and know to be truth, okay? Uh, I don't believe that we should date unequally yoked. So that just means that if you're a believer, you should be dating a believer, okay? I believe that the body of Christ should date within the body of Christ. Now, let's say that you are all in and you're in church every time the door is open and you're really, not just there, you are partaking, participating, and you have your spiritual game together. That is great. And so you have this male that you're dating who he may only be there once a week in regards to going to church, but he's got a prayer life, he's a believer. You're both believers, okay? You may not necessarily be right there together, but you're there. So okay, so you're evenly yoked. That's my understanding of evenly yoked. Uneven would be you're in the church, he's not, or he's in the church, you're not anywhere near the church. That would definitely be unevenly yoked, okay? So when I hear the term date down, I hear a lot of successful Black women say that, okay, I am financially fit and I met this guy and he has a blue collar job and I really like him. He's in the church, he's saved, and and all these things are good, but I make more money than him. So my question is, okay, and what does that have to do with anything? You're evenly yoked. You're both in the body believer of Christ, so you make more money. Do you have an issue with that, or does he have an issue with that? Because that's two different ways to deal with that. If that's his issue, you really can't deal with that. He's going to have to work through that issue. But if it's you, then you need some help to work through that issue, and we can talk about that, okay? Ladies, one thing I will say is that who says the man has to make more dollar-wise? Where does that come from? I truly believe as women, especially I'm talking to my Black sisters, we missed out on some very good qualified men with that notion that he has to make more than me financially, or at least have to be into this white collar position. You ladies have heard me say I met and married my Boaz in 9 months. And when I say that, that does not mean that we don't have problems. That is definitely another day, another tape, and another series, as I always say. Okay? That comes along with any marriage, okay? But you better have some Bible teaching, some good roots spiritually when you get married anyway, to be able to deal with all those other things that come along with marriage, period, regardless to whether we're in the body of Christ, outside the body of Christ. It doesn't really matter. That's just life, okay? Because life is going to happen. But ladies, if you have a man that you are interested in and you guys are evenly yoked in the spirit, and this man is working, then where do we come up with that saying, date down? He's employed. He's working. Let me tell you what a good woman, let me tell you what a Proverbs 31 woman, okay? You could inspire him. What is his dreams? Not that you want to change him. That's not what I'm saying. But how do you know, or what do you know? Is there something else that he desires that are deep down in him? Maybe he wants to start his own business. You've got the money to help him start his business. That's your husband. This is who you're looking at to be your husband. What's wrong with that? Ladies, until we can get to the point that we can come out of the world and stay out of the world and not look at things from a secular view and start looking at things from a spiritual view, we will miss a lot in life, okay? A lot in life. My husband, when I met him, I was financially fit. My husband was gainfully employed. He was also retired and had a retirement. He had a lot of successes in his own right. I could have easily looked and said, no. He has not reached the level of success that I have business-wise, and he does not make the kind of money that I make. I could have easily said that, but that's not what I was looking for. So what are you looking for? Okay. I was looking for, again, a husband. My husband was saved. He knew the Lord and he went to church. He was in church. Now, he wasn't no holy roller, as we say, but he had all those qualities, was brought up in church, knew the word, and it was brought up in a good Christian home. Okay. And again, he had a lot of successes, 20 years with one company and retired, and also was working, and also, again, had that spiritual background. So we were evenly yoked there. And I looked at this man and I saw all of the things that this Proverbs 31 woman could help him achieve if he wanted to. I looked at him and I saw so much in him that all these other women overlooked. And I was so thankful that they did. Okay, because I had that trained eye as a Proverbs 31 woman. I knew who he was. Okay, I believe that I kind of knew more about who he was, and saw him in a light that he didn't even see himself in. And that is your job, to continually to birth that man, to motivate him and to birth him into whatever it is that God would have him to be and his desires. So it was my job to get to know him and find out exactly what he wanted to do, and then to help him achieve that. That's a Proverbs 31 woman. That's a bad woman. That's a boss, as you ladies like to say. Okay? So again, date down. I don't get that. If he is not employed, you would be dating down. Okay, because he needs to be employed, or he may be a man that's retired, whatever your age group is, whatever. You know, you ladies know I'm not, I ain't no 20 or 30-year-old lady. Okay, so I say that to say that, again, if this man has an income, he is working, he has goals, vision, what is date down? You have to begin to get rid of some of these worldly concepts that we have. And again, I don't know where that comes from, but when you begin to look for that spiritual yoking and that you guys are on the same playing field there, it will take a lot of pressure off of you. Because when we're worried about what your girlfriend is saying, or what your parents might say about his finance or his money, you've got to get focused about what you want. It's all about what you want and what you desire. Now, if you want to marry a man that's a millionaire and this and this and that, then that's on you too. That's fine. You can have the desires of your heart, but don't be complaining about there's no good men out there. There's good men out there. Don't be complaining about you can't find your Boaz. We all know, in regards to the numbers and stats, in regards to African American males and college and so on and so forth, and six-figure incomes compared to African American women. We all know that. I believe that there would be more African American males excelling if they had queens that could help them in that area. That is what I believe. Ladies, I always say it's not them, it's you. And in those cases where it says date down, I just proved to you that it's you, it's not them. So if now you only have 2 men to choose from versus 200 men to choose from, because he has to have this certain number in income before you would even consider him, then it's you and not them. So we have to, again, do the work on who? You. We've got to do the work on us, and we have to know what it is we want, what it is we desire, and what it is that we are looking for and we want to attract into our lives. Okay, I didn't have to attract a millionaire into my lives, but I love to be transparent and tell my story. At the time that I started dating after my consecration, I had him coming out the woodwork. Okay, I had 2 proposals with no vajayjay given up, okay, from these 2 men, and one of them was a multi-millionaire. I said it, multi-millionaire, multi-millionaire, wanting to marry me. I liked him, I was attracted to him, but he was not evenly yoked at all. There was a huge I don't even know if he was there at all, okay? So I had to make a choice and decision. Did I want to live this lifestyle financially and constantly be in battle and even risk losing him, another divorce, and or go with what I knew I could work with? At least if I had that evenly yoked body of Christ man, when life happens, and life is going to happen, okay? We have that love and that understanding, and we both know what we should be doing, and we have something to fight for, okay? So I had to make that choice and decision. And I can tell you, financially, in regards to where I was, my husband was not there. But I can tell you, I had all the confidence in who I was. And I knew that when I got finished talking to this man and seeing exactly who he was and his dreams and his visions, that I could help him birth and become, if not financially more than where I was, definitely could get him to a place financially where he would even begin to feel better about himself, okay? So ladies, again, date down. If that man is employed and you guys are evenly yoked, I can't begin to understand that. But again, it is about what you want and what you desire. Okay. So for more information in regards to the date down, please go to www.drlatricelindsaypoplis.com. Thank you, ladies.